Ohayou gozaimasu. Welcome. It is actually still morning this time. Again, it's pretty late, but welcome to Ohayou Anime. This is only the second time we're trying this new show from our regular podcast on the rocks. A little bit of morning anime focused news and anime adjacent. So, got a few things to cover today, a few more stories than last time. Let's take a look at the first one here. So, I've talked last week about Jujutsu Kaisen Zero, the movie coming to the United States, which is awesome. Mentioned here as well, March 18th, coming here. But yeah, it continues to move full steam ahead in Japan. So again, from Crunchyroll News, I guess most of what we have today is Crunchyroll News. I'm going to try to expand the sources of news stories here, but they cover a lot. So it's only taken a bit over a month. Jujutsu Kaisen Zero has finally pushed past 10 billion yen, doing so on Friday, February 4th, verifying it is one of the biggest Japanese films of all time. I think it's ninth now. Let's see. Makes Jujutsu Kaisen Zero the 10th anime film to make more than 10 billion yen, to be the ninth highest grossing anime film in Japan of all time. So it's doing well. It's coming here. And I don't know. When are we going to have such cultural acceptance here? I guess when we'll do, then it will get ruined, right? As soon as it's super mainstream, too mainstream, then everybody gets their mitts on it. So continuing on that spot here, just another bit saying that it's continuing its streak as number one. So it dipped to second place in the box office for a little bit, but now it's hanging out at the top spot. The other thing, this one's more Crunchyroll focus. I thought we could look at some of the awards for the anime awards from Crunchyroll. Anime of the year, Attack on Titan, final season, part 1. I suppose it has to be part 1. Part 2's not out yet. That's I guess not unexpected. I don't know if many of you gave it a shot in voting for this year's awards or not, but I suspect this one doesn't come as a surprise. Best Boy, Boji, Ranking of Kings. I don't know anything about this. Nothing. If you know anything about it, let me know. Is Boji this kid here? This kid on the throne? I don't know. Runners up, Senku from Dr. Stone season 2. I like Dr. Stone, though I haven't watched much of it. Best girl, yes. All right. Nobara Kugisaki from Jujutsu Kaisen. This is it's my pick, and good job. Ashley might have picked here Toru Honda from Fruits Basket. That's an interesting one, Fruits Basket. They like redid it and so modernized it and then finished the story because the manga kept going and the anime stopped. And they got, I think, all the voice actors back. So it was pretty cool achievement, honestly. It's not so often that something is gone for so long, comes back, people like it, feels improved, and it's, finished. I think that's pretty great. Best protagonist, Odokawa from Odd Taxi. What? Oh my gosh, Eren Yeager didn't win? Yeah, another one I don't know. I don't know. Best antagonist. Oh, I don't want to look at that one exactly. If you saw it, sorry, it feels spoilery to me. But um, best fight scene. Yuji Itadori and Aotoro versus Hanami. Okay, yeah, yeah. There's a lot of good fight scenes in Jujutsu Kaisen for sure. So I'm good with it going one of these. Best director, we're back to Odd Taxi. I again don't have anything to say about that. Best animation, Demon Slayer. Um, yeah, yeah, and I think I'll use that as a break to talk a little bit about Demon Slayer. Um, I've been watching the current season unfold each week on Crunchyroll, and there's just something about some anime when it's so impressive in the way that how it's so dynamic, that just elicits a response out of me, like physically, like nothing else really does. There's a few times I can think of where, like I was playing the third Uncharted game, and it's just so epic and awesome. The way that you're trying to, in this case, be on a moving vehicle and jumping onto a plane kind of thing. It's just like, wow, really feel like I'm in the movie now. And then, um, what other examples? There's got to be a few times where you're just kind of blown away. Um, Dune was very impressive to me. Had me pretty excited, the new Dune movie. Um, Otherwise, I don't know. I feel like, but when I watched this latest episode of Demon Slayer, episode 10, um, I just was like shot back to my experience first seeing Attack on Titan and Kill la Kill. Just kind of floored that like my eye sockets are absorbing this. So I don't know. I don't know if that's what that is in a person that makes them respond that way, and then others, I suppose, watch it and not feel that at all. So yeah, some sort of connection with the animation. So I fully support this best animation award going to Demon Slayer. Um, there's been weird stuff going on online too about like people criticizing others for saying Demon Slayer is their favorite anime or whatever. Um, I mean, I don't know. I'm really loving it. I don't know what that particular thing is. If it has a weird niche snobbery that like Demon Slayer is just too popular. And that's not saying it. I'm not without some complaints, but yeah, it's an odd thing I've been seeing pop up. Um, on that as well, the final episode of Demon Slayer for this season is going to be this upcoming Sunday. So it's a 45-minute extended episode. So that'll be hopefully awesome. I'm very interested in how this is going to conclude. I think I said last week how I don't know how they're getting out of this alive. And after this last week's episode, I mean, I don't know. They definitely left a good cliffhanger, whilst keeping it hopeful. So yeah, good stuff. Very excited for that. Let's see. Look at a few more of these. Best character design. Tadashi Hiramatsu. Okay. Um, Let me double check this one. Um, oh, okay. I was like, I don't recognize the name. It's the artist, I suppose, the character designer. Okay. I agree with this too. I mean, I don't want to seem super biased all the time at Jujutsu Kaisen, but they did a really good job of having unique characters that, like, they managed to stand out not only in appearance but in personality quite a lot as well, and still fitting together and still growing and changing and stuff. It's things I complain about in other shows. Like, pretty quickly, the characters, you start to learn a lot more about them. They become either more friendly or more understandable. It's something like My Hero Academia. It's got a litany of characters, but some of the designs are, of course, completely zany. And it fits the show. I guess they're kind of superheroes and tights sort of thing. But they can look very ridiculous. This, a lot of them are wearing the same uniform or similar. And I don't know, they just feel real. They feel real. So it's a good pick. Best score. Yeah, I mean, Demon Slayer, best score. It's good stuff for sure. Good sound in general on this one. Best voice actor performance. Okay, Aaron Yeager's. You gotta be on top of your game if you're gonna be Aaron Yeager. Attack on Titan. That's for sure. Not to jump into that debate a whole bunch, but I've been watching a lot of stuff in English recently, but Attack on Titan I still watch in Japanese, and generally speaking, I think the most dramatic of the dramatic should be watching Japanese. Otherwise, I think the quality has improved so much. English voice acting performance: David Wald, Skate the Infinity. I haven't heard any of that. Nope, none of that. Toru Honda. Laura Bailey as Toru Honda was one of the runner-ups. Nice. Opening sequence. I guess can't complain about that. I haven't seen this newest one, but yeah, I guess I need to watch more of these to know for sure how I feel about its placement. But I definitely added this song from Jujutsu Kaisen to my playlist. Ending sequence. Okay. Back to Demon Slayer. Some big winners. Best action, Demon Slayer. Okay. Continues its dominance. Best comedy, Komi Can't Communicate. Yeah. Don't Toy With Me, Miss Naga Total is a runner-up. That one I've been seeing around a lot. I haven't looked into it yet, but best drama, 2 Year Eternity. I've seen that around as well. Oh no, beat out Fruits Basket again. Best romance, also beat Fruits Basket. Fruits Basket's not having a good run at these awards. But Horimiya won. I wonder if Fruits Basket's just, it's been around too long and people aren't excited by it anymore. Best fantasy, Time You Got Reincarnated by a Slime, season 2. Yeah, we've been meaning to watch that show. Seems good. Best film, Demon Slayer movie. Yeah, it was very good. It's very emotional. Though part of why I'm more into Demon Slayer now is this latest arc, that the Entertainment District arc, because I feel like they fixed a number of the problems that were in the first season and in this film, just with the too much over explaining on things. Some characters that are a little obnoxious, and this latest season has just been so down to business, and so it'd probably be awesome to binge. Like, it'd probably be a great film, honestly. I wonder if they would do that, because They did the other opposite way in Demon Slayer, made the movie and then split it up in the episodes and expanded some. Be interesting to see the Entertainment District arc compressed into a movie. That's it for those. So, yeah, Demon Slayer season finale this upcoming Sunday, and big winner at the Crunchyroll Awards. Let's see. Oh yeah, so Ashley and I started watching My Dress Up Darling. We're watching in English, so we just saw the first 2 episodes. It's what's available right now, unless a new one came out in the last couple of days or something. And it seems good so far. It's pretty funny because I was either gonna read it, I was gonna watch it, and I was like, well, with Demon Slayer ending, I kind of want to get onto a couple shows that are brand new, so I can watch a new one each week. And so yeah, this is one of them. And another example how culture, television shows and stuff can affect people quite a bit. I brought up on the main show before how, I think I have anyways, how like the Hunger Games comes out and then sales for recurve bows shoot way up, So this anime is about this woman that is very she wants to get into cosplay, and this guy that's very good at sewing. And so he's going to help her make cosplay. Well, the guy, his family, makes these traditional dolls, Hina dolls. And I guess after the latest episode, the manga sales have been up, and also people are buying a bunch of these dolls. Let's see. With one of the latest sets of modern style dolls from the maker Suzuki Ningyo selling out just after the fourth episode of the anime aired. So, other dolls can range from about $560 to about $4,300. So, go ahead and get your dolls now. You can see the chair I've got. The chair. It's a Secretlabs chair. And I just saw this new Attack on Titan collab with Secretlabs. They do a lot of these things. But if you're in the market for a chair for your computer setup or your office setup or whatever, Secretlab quality stuff for sure. And these look pretty awesome. So pick one of those up, I would say. Couple more stories. So this one, I've talked about this on the main podcast for sure. I don't know why I'm in a different region on this news story. But sweat and soap. So here's the side-by-side recreation. So it's a manga. I've been reading. I have the whole thing now. I'm not all the way finished with it yet. It's a really good story. It's silly, but clearly it's catching on. They're making a live action adaptation. This February it's airing. It's pretty cool because the author is this is the first like continual serialized thing they've done, and so to have this success, that's pretty cool. But I encourage you to give it a shot. I guess the show or the manga, whatever. The manga I can vouch for at this point. But I think they're also doing, and I was trying to look it up, but I think there is also a collaboration between this series and a real life soap company, because that's part of the deal. Is there's a company called Lily Drop Soaps in the manga, and one of the main characters is responsible for creating those products. And so they partnered with a real life soap place to make some sense inspired by the show and all that. So, yeah. Okay. I'm going to uh I'm going to grab a manga that I recommend and and then be right back because I forgot to set it here. So give me 1 second. Okay, back. So the manga recommendation I have this week um, is an interesting one. So, whereas with Sweat and Soap, I said that it would be a good show or manga to give someone that's kind of just moving out of the house. They're really getting into the workforce. They're out on their own now, or whatever. So, whatever that age may be, if it's 18 or it's 25, whatever, um, this would be interesting because it just talks about people like they're managing work relationships and a lot of firsts in relationships or whatever. So it might be kind of valuable or more impactful to someone in that stage of their life. This one I have now is another pretty interesting one that I would also recommend to kind of a subset. So I'm in Taekwondo and I do kickboxing and trying to get back into doing some more weight stuff. And so Ashley and I found in the store this manga called How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift? So here's the cover of the first one. You can imagine, based on this cover, there's going to be some fan service probably in here, which there is. It's rated older teen. But I will read to you the little summation on the back here, the little tease. Hibiki is a teenage girl who loves to eat, but when she notices her waistline expanding, she decides to check out the local gym. The gym is full of buff dudes and Akeme, the student council president. When Akeme tries to convince Hibiki to take up weight training, Hibiki resists until she meets pretty boy trainer Machio. Now Hibiki is willing to do whatever it takes to get fit. So it's pretty funny. At first I was like, well, okay, is it going to be worth it? Because as you get going, you're reading a little bit. I'll show you how they basically do this. So they give you a fan servicey kind of breakdown. If you can see on this page, oops, wrong one. Basically, they have one of the characters be a model and demonstrate a particular lift. And so in this first one, it's a bench press. And so they tell you how to hold your hand, where to bring the bar down to, all that sort of thing. And I was taught how to lift by my brother-in-law, who's very knowledgeable on the matter. But if you aren't, there's a lot of sources out there you can find, and a lot of not great ones too. And this seems pretty legit, like consistently. And they point out like the areas of the muscles that you work for each lift, and they get into a couple of these. So then they do, squat posture and stuff like that. And I'm thinking, well, this is cool, but is it gonna keep me here more than just like lifting and health advice? Because they talk about that as well, like eating patterns, talk about intermittent fasting, talk about portions for food, kind of the whole rundown. And it seems to be a problem today, maybe forever, I don't know. about like how do I exercise, how do I eat right, that kind of thing. It seems kind of shocking to me, but I guess when you've got pushed down your throat for years that you should have, you know, I don't know what it is. What is it? 8 to 11 servings of carbs a day, of wheat products a day, when a lot of people just try to not have any of that. Um, yeah, I guess people can get kind of messed up in their ideas of eating and working out. Or I don't know how many people come across that still are. Um, bear in mind, I'm not a doctor, whatever, but how many people think that, well, if I want to lose weight, I just need to exercise a ton, go to the gym all the time, and that's what will make me lose weight, and they don't consider what they're eating. So, anyways, this manga makes you consider both those things, but it's got to keep you with having something to offer story wise, in my book, and so far it does. It's a really nice, like, lighthearted thing to read that's informational and funny with fan service. So it's a good thing to read like while something else is on in the background, or you kind of pick up and put down as you see fit. And yeah, I'm enjoying a lot. It's silly. Um, and this is only volume one. I have volume two as well. Haven't read that yet. I'm jumping between this and still continuing Sweat and Soap. And then also, they list in here the references they used. So in the back, they say, they used Bodybuilder's Handbook to Building the Ultimate Muscles by author Chris Asto. Awesome Bodies, the surefire techniques pro wrestlers use to shape up. So they mention their sources. So that's my manga recommendation for the week. How heavy are the dumbbells you lift? Volume 1 is what I can swear by. I'll see how it continues in volume 2, and then if it's worth continuing from there on. All right, we've been going for about a half hour. That's usually about the most I want from these episodes. Probably one more thing of note, Nintendo. They are doing having a Nintendo Direct finally. 40 minutes, about 40 minutes of information, mainly focused on Nintendo Switch games launching in the first half of 2022. So that's at 4 o'clock Eastern today. Um, sorry, 5 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Central, if you're interested in that. So I think that's about all I got today for anime related news and topics. Quite a bit to cover. Maybe won't always have quite this much to talk about, but feel free to jump into chat and we can always discuss it. Our normal show is Popcast on the Rocks. You can find it here it's the same channel here on Twitch. Also, our videos from the past and different clips and stuff are on YouTube. Working to get stuff on Odyssey platform if you want to subscribe there. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook. That's a good place to reach out if you want. Please leave comments and share, all that kind of thing. But yeah, that's Popcast on the Rocks. This is the separate little show, Ohayou Anime, and in Central Time here, it's we're just past morning now, so it is a perfect time to wrap it up. Anyways, I'll see you again on the main show on Friday, if not a little earlier on another one of these. Otherwise, if you're just here for this, we'll see you next week. All right, thanks. Bye.